Hey guys, what is going on today? Bojo here, back again for another NHL 18 news video, and in today's video we're going to be taking our first look at the NHL 18 Hut Hero cards that will be once again making a return to Hockey Ultimate Team. We're going to be taking a look at the design of each of the cards, who's going to be representing each team, and my overall opinions on the cards. So if you guys wouldn't mind, make sure to hit that like button down below. Let's try to get this one up above 100 likes once again. So let's dive into these cards, and first off I should start by saying, if you guys are unsure what Hut Hero cards are, if you didn't play NHL 17 last year, Hut Heroes are team-specific local legends, fan favorites, and all-time greats that you can unlock for your Hockey Ultimate Team by completing team sets. And these team sets last year consisted of usually 1 to 2 or maybe even 3 high-end overall cards, pretty much every other player on that team, the cosmetic stuff like the jerseys and the logos, and then a certain amount of collectibles in order to complete those heroes as well. So first off, let's take a look at the design on these cards. They look absolutely amazing. I think they look 10 times better than they did last year. I love the lightning bolt effect, giving all the players that outer glow feel to them. They look like the Hut rookie cards, which I really do enjoy. One thing to note is that the overalls of all these Hut Heroes has now changed. And before, in last year's game, they were 94 overall. They've now all been bumped down to 90, as well as each of them only having 1 synergy point now, as opposed to the multiple synergies that they did have last year as well. And in addition, some players have changed, some legends have now become heroes, some of the heroes have switched to other teams and new players have replaced them, but some of the teams have the exact same hero as last year as well, which we will start by going over each team individually, starting with the Anaheim Ducks, who will retain Jean-Sébastien Giguère, JS Giguère. JS Giguère was a key reason to the Anaheim Ducks' success in the 2000s. In 2003, Giguère became the 5th player to win the Conn Smythe Trophy as the playoff MVP, despite being on the losing team in the Stanley Cup Final. He would later get his redemption and capture a Stanley Cup with the Anaheim Ducks in 2007. Moving on to the Arizona Coyotes, I really like the choice of this hero, Shane Doan. Shane Doan is one of the most recognized pro athletes in Arizona. The tough yet skilled forward captained the Arizona Coyotes for 14 seasons and holds multiple franchise records, including games played, goals, assists, and points. Enjoy your retirement, Shane Doan. Definitely deserving of the Hut Hero for the Arizona Coyotes. Now moving on to the Boston Bruins, we have a legend turned a Hut Hero in Cam Neely. Inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame in 2005, Cam Neely was the first true power forward in hockey. His dominant physical play combined with his hard shot made him a force offensively and allowed him to record 3 50-goal seasons in his 13-year NHL career. Alright, so now we move on to the Buffalo Sabres, and their Hut Hero is Tampa Bay's from last year, Dave Andreychuk. Dave Andreychuk, a 2017 Hockey Hall of Fame inductee, is the NHL's all-time leader in power play goals with 274. He played 12 of his 23 seasons in the NHL with the Buffalo Sabres and ranks in the top 100 for all-time games played at 7th, goals 14th, assists 53rd, and points 29th. Next up for the Calgary Flames was the St. Louis Blues hero from last year, Al MacInnis. Al MacInnis' booming slap shot struck fear into the hearts of opposing defenders and blue liners. One of the best defenders to ever play the game, MacInnis led the Calgary Flames to their first and only Stanley Cup in 1989, capturing the Conn Smythe Trophy as the playoff MVP. MacInnis was inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame in 2007 and was named one of the NHL's top 100 players of all time this year. His 1,274 points rank him 3rd all-time amongst NHL defensemen. From the Carolina Hurricanes, they keep their same one from last year, Rod Brind'Amour. As one of the game's best all-time two-way forwards, Rod Brind'Amour had an outstanding career that included him captaining the Carolina Hurricanes to the first and only Stanley Cup in 2006. The center recorded 1,184 points in his 1,484 game career. Next up from the Chicago Blackhawks, another legend turned hero, Jeremy Roenick. Jeremy Roenick is one of the best American-born hockey players to ever lace it up. He appeared in 9 All-Star games and registered 1,216 points in 1,363 career games, which ranks him as the 4th in all-time points by an American-born NHLer. Next up for the Colorado Avalanche is Adam Foote. One of the better defensive defensemen to ever play in the NHL, Adam Foote was able to shut down the opposition and transition the puck like few players could. His physical play combined with his positional awareness allowed him to play a large role in the 2 Stanley Cups he won as a member of the Colorado Avalanche. Next up for the Columbus Blue Jackets, a very interesting choice of their hero here, as he still is a player playing in the NHL right now. Rick Nash. Selected first overall in the 2002 NHL entry draft, Rick Nash made a massive impact in his tenure as a member of the Columbus Blue Jackets. Nash won the 2004 Maurice Richard Trophy as the NHL's leading scorer and remains the franchise leader in multiple categories including games played, goals, assists, and points. Next up from the Dallas Stars is, once again, Marty Turco. Marty Turco spent 9 of his 11 seasons in the NHL with the Dallas Stars, where he remains the franchise leader in multiple goaltending categories, including wins and save percentage. Turco was also one of the best puck-handling goalies in the history of the NHL. As we move on to the Detroit Red Wings, they now have the Calgary Flames hero from last year in Mike Vernon. In his 3 seasons as a Detroit Red Wings goalie, Mike Vernon won a Stanley Cup, Conn Smythe, playoff MVP, and the William N. Jennings Trophy. Mike Vernon's 385 wins ranks him 14th amongst all netminders. As we move on now to the Edmonton Oilers, they once again get Ryan Smith. Nicknamed Captain Canada, Ryan Smith is widely regarded as one of the best leaders in hockey. Smith was a fan favorite throughout his 15-year career in Edmonton, where he played a gritty two-way forward style game and registered 842 points in 1,270 game career. As we move on to the Florida Panthers, their hero is once again Scott Mellanby. A power forward who tallied 840 points in his NHL career, Scott Mellanby won over the hearts of all Florida Panthers fans when he killed a rat in the dressing room before a game and later scored 2 goals with the same stick. This led to Panthers fans throwing plastic rats onto the ice after every goal during their 1996 Stanley Cup run. From the Los Angeles Kings, Rob Blake. One of the top defenders of his time, Rob Blake could do it all. His ability to shut down opponents while providing an offensive punch led him to capturing the 1998 Norris Trophy winner as the NHL's best defenseman. Inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame in 2007, Blake now serves as the LA Kings general manager after spending 14 seasons with the club as a skater. As we move on now to the Minnesota Wild, Andrew Brunette will be there once again. Andrew Brunette perhaps scored the biggest goal in Minnesota Wild history when he beat Patrick Waugh in Game 7 overtime to lead the Wild to their best postseason record in franchise history. Brunette possessed an incredibly accurate shot and was always a threat to score when he was on the ice. As we move on to the Montreal Canadiens, Kirk Muller is their hero again. Kirk Muller was a strong contributor during his 4 seasons as a member of the Montreal Canadiens. After winning the Stanley Cup with the Habs in 1993, Mueller was named captain of the Canadiens and earned the nickname Captain Kirk. Next up from the Nashville Predators will be Steve Sullivan, and I know a lot of people will be happy to hear that again. During his 6 seasons as a member of the Nashville Predators, Steve Sullivan registered 263 points in 317 games played. Sullivan's speed allowed him to get around the opposition with ease, and his ability to make plays made him a threat whenever he hit the ice. From the New Jersey Devils, Ken Daneyko. Ken Daneyko is one of the very few players who played all 20 seasons with one team. Daneyko endeared himself to the Devils fans through his hard-working, physical style of play that helped the New Jersey Devils capture 3 Stanley Cups during his career. So from the New York Islanders, we have the Buffalo Sabres hero from last year, Pat LaFontaine. Pat LaFontaine spent his first 8 seasons of his career with the New York Islanders where, much like the rest of his career, LaFontaine found the back of the net a lot. Through his 865-game NHL career, LaFontaine recorded 1,013 points and was inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame in 2003. As we move on now to the New York Rangers, Adam Graves is their hero. A strong scoring forward, Adam Graves was a key player on the New York Rangers throughout the 1990s. His 507 points in 772 games for the Rangers helped propel the team to be contenders and was one of the top players in their 1994 Stanley Cup victory. From the Ottawa Senators, we have Wade Redden. A fan favorite with the Ottawa Senators, Wade Redden remains one of the best defensemen in the history of the Senators. He was a minute-munching blue liner who could contribute offensively while shutting down the opposition with his positioning and physical strength. Next up is my Philadelphia Flyers, and Ron Hextall is there yet again. Ron Hextall made history when he became the first goalie to shoot a puck and score in the NHL, and has the most goals from his own shots in NHL history with 2. Hextall was a goaltender who protected his crease and won the 1987 Conn Smythe Trophy as playoff MVP and the 1987 Vezina Trophy as the top goalie in the NHL. He now serves as the general manager for the Philadelphia Flyers. As we move on now to the Pittsburgh Penguins, Larry Murphy. Inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame in 2004, Larry Murphy is the 5th highest scoring defenseman in NHL history. Murphy played a major role in the Pittsburgh Penguins' 91 and 92 Stanley Cup victories. His ability to drive play from the blue line and contribute offensively makes him one of the best defensemen to ever hit the ice. As we move on now to the St. Louis Blues, they have the Arizona Coyotes hero from last year in Keith Tkachuk. Perhaps one of the best physical forwards to ever play the game, Tkachuk would make his presence felt on every shift. Whether it was landing a big hit or scoring a big goal, the gritty forward's hardworking play style won over the hearts of many St. Louis Blues fans. Tkachuk recorded 1,065 points in 1,201 games throughout his 20-year NHL career. So now as we move on to the San Jose Sharks, we have a new hero making their way into this list, Owen Nolan. Perhaps the greatest moment in NHL All-Star Game history is when Owen Nolan was in on a breakaway and called his shot, pointing directly at where he was going to shoot before sniping the goal where he aimed. Nolan had a tremendous NHL career, registering 885 points in 1,200 career NHL games. Next up from the Tampa Bay Lightning is a recently retired player in Dan Boyle. Dan Boyle remains one of the greatest defensemen in Tampa Bay Lightning history. His strong skating and puck handling abilities helped him register 253 points in 394 games with the Lightning and was the Lightning's top defenseman during their 2004 Stanley Cup victory. Now we go to the Toronto Maple Leafs, and the legend for that team last year now becomes their hero in Wendell Clark. A legend amongst Toronto Maple Leafs fans, Wendell Clark won over the hearts of many with his gritty two-way play while providing an offensive punch with 441 points in 608 games played for the Leafs. Clark was inducted into the Maple Leafs Legends Row in 2017 and served as the team's captain for 3 seasons. As we wind down to the last 3 from the Vancouver Canucks is their current GM, Trevor Linden. Trevor Linden's impact in Vancouver both on and off the ice is simply incredible. On top of the countless hours of charity work that Linden did during his playtime with the team, he played an excellent two-way game and notched 733 points in 1,140 games for the Canucks. The 1997 King Clancy Memorial Trophy winner is perhaps best remembered for his performance in the Canucks' 1994 Stanley Cup run. Now we move to the Washington Capitals in Olaf Kolzig. Ole the goalie had an outstanding NHL career for the Washington Capitals. Kolzig currently remains the holder of many Capitals franchise records, such as wins and shutouts. Kolzig spent 16 of his 17 NHL seasons with the Washington Capitals, winning the Vezina Trophy as the NHL's best goalie for his performance in the 99-2000 season. And the last one on this list from the Winnipeg Jets, Dale Hawerchuk. Inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame in 2001, Dale Hawerchuk was one of the best offensive players to ever play in the NHL. Hawerchuk, who spent 9 seasons with the Winnipeg Jets, ranks in the top 50 for career goals at 37th, assists 21st, and points 19th. In his rookie season, Hawerchuk became the youngest player in NHL history to score 100 points in a season and captured the Calder Trophy as the league's best rookie that year. So there you go, guys. There is the full list of all the Hut heroes making their way to NHL 18. Couple new names in there, like I said, a couple current players, some legends turned heroes, the new player right there in Owen Nolan representing the San Jose Sharks, and Vegas is not on this list, so I'm not sure if they're going to do a Hut hero for the Vegas Golden Knights. If they were to do one, I would probably say do Reed Duke as their hero, just because he's the first ever Las Vegas Golden Knights player to represent that team, so I think it would be pretty cool if they actually went and did Reed Duke as their hero. But I like the design on these cards. I think it's awesome. I'm liking the fact that they lowered the overall as well to 90 so that people aren't going to be trying to do those sets as quickly as they were in the past, because I mean, you get an immediate 94 overall. 90 overall I think is much better suited for these guys. 1 synergy point. It'll probably be 1 synergy, but it'll probably give multiple points to it, I'm only assuming. And yeah, like I said, overall I like the design of them. You know, some players remain the same, but honestly I really don't have a problem with that. Some new players in there as well, which it really does freshen it up a bit. And yeah, I'm really hoping to get some of these guys on my team for sure. We did see a little sneak preview of the Hut Legends in this article as well. The link is not working currently, but they did show us a brief picture of the Legend cards this year, which I'll show you guys down below right now. Looks like all the Legends will have 2 synergies, and I really do like the design on these cards as well. They look much like the 99 overall Master Set Datsu card from last year, except they still keep that Legend look with the white and the black with the gold, and the design on them once again with the signatures look really, really nice. So let me know what you guys think of the NHL 18 Hut Heroes down below. Are you guys excited to see these changes with both the design, the lower overalls, a couple new players in there as well? only 1 synergy point, so let me know what you guys think about that. But who are you going to try to complete first when you get your hands in Hockey Ultimate Team? Who's the first Hut Hero you are going to want to unlock first? So thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe as always. Should have some more hockey or NHL 18 news coming out soon. Other than that, I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.